All right, everyone. So today we're talking about 3 foods that can wreck your gut health. I'm going to tell you what they are and how to avoid those. So the very first one, as you know, we talked about many times in these videos, is food oils. Oils you're cooking your foods in. Seems to be the most commonly, one of the most commonly abused things that can wreck your gut health. And on the top, the very top of the list, the very top of the list is soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, sunflower oils, and safflower oils. Sun and safflower oils. Now, pretty much most people are using these bad oils to cook in. Why would you use those? Because they're cheap to cook in. If you're wanting to actually deep fry something or pan fry, a lot of people, the first thing they'll buy is vegetable oil or canola oil. Those 2 oils are the most common I've seen so far. And canola oil is actually known to cause hardening of the arterial walls. It's going to harden your arteries, cause plaque problems. Vegetable oil has all kinds of horrible stuff in it. And these oils are heavily refined. There is agents added to them to make them not smell rancid. And those will cause all kinds of issues with you. They also have unstable fats that can damage the nutritional value of the food. You pose a health risk. So you cook something in these oils, you think you're doing something good for yourself, and they're actually causing not only damage to your body, they're also causing the foods you're cooking in these oils not to be good for you anymore. They're damaging the nutritional value of these foods. When heated, they break down and form unhealthy byproducts like acrylamides, acrylamides, toxic aldehydes, and trans fats, right? Another one we talked about many times on here is margarine. So many people, including my own mother, still buying margarine. This has a lot of unhealthy trans fats. There's also known bad cholesterol, and this will also damage blood vessel walls. Now, a lot of these also have been known, especially the margarine, to have microplastics in them. A large quantity of those due to the processing, due to the packaging, all things like that. Some signs that cooking oil has gone bad or rancid include foaming, darkening, or smoking excessively, a rancid smell, failure to bubble when food is added. And coconut oil is considered one of the safest oils for cooking because it does not contain trans fatty acids and does not break down at high temperatures. Now you have to remember, I always preach to use extra virgin olive oil in high quality, but you cannot use that in a deep fryer. The smoke point is very low in olive oil. You can cook certain things in it. You could pan fry stuff at a low heat level in that. And we use olive oil a lot to add to foods, to add to things, and not so much for actually cooking in a deep fryer or on a cooktop. So very interesting on the oil section of it. As always, your unrefined, untouched coconut oil and your extra virgin olive oil at a high quality are your 2 best oils. If you're not doing that, we have used peanut oils. Peanut oil is probably the least toxic after olive and coconut oil. We use peanut oil here, but it's not cheap. It's about $26 for a gallon of high quality peanut oil. How high quality is that? I don't know. You never know, really, to be honest with you. Many foods, the next one is artificial sweeteners. Many foods that contain artificial sweeteners, including diet sodas, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, all that stuff. Crystal Light. This is not on this list, but chewing gum. Chewing gum is a huge artificial sweetener. In the United States today, it is extremely difficult, if not impossible, to buy chewing gum without aspartame or something worse in it. So, a lot of candies, nearly most candies you buy have that in it. Dairy, yogurt, and other dietary products. Frozen desserts. Some frozen desserts contain neotame, aspartame, the list is long. Gelatin-free, sugar-free Jello, anything sugar-free is going to have xylitol. It's going to have acid. It could have stevia. At the best case, it could have stevia, aspartame, all that kind of stuff. You have to watch out for this in protein powders also. What does artificial sweeteners do to your system? Makes you have terrible gut health. It basically will keep you up at night. It'll cause all kinds of issues, but you may not know right at the beginning. It may creep up on you. Obviously, tabletop sweeteners, NutraSweet, Equal, Sugar Twin, syrups, Mrs. Butterworth's sugar-free syrup, and Log Cabin sugar-free syrup. Anything with sugar-free on it, you're probably getting aspartame. Any kind of sugar-free Diet Coke, as we said on here, any kind of sugar-free anything, if you flip it around, look at the back of it, by law, they have to list what artificial sweetener is in it. If you're having trouble sleeping at night, or you have terrible gut health, all kinds of stomach problems, cut out the artificial sweeteners for sure. For sure. And the next one that not a lot of people know about is nightshade plants, nightshade flowers. What is a nightshade vegetable, I guess you could call it? Top of the list, tomatoes. A lot of people tell me, we had a lot of fresh tomatoes this year. A lot of people say it's not good for your stiffness, your joints, your arthritis, any of that kind of stuff. There's all kinds of issues with that. Tomatoes, eggplant, potato, and tomatillos, sweet and chili peppers, all have those in it. There's a whole bunch of edible spices, bittersweet, ground cherry. Man, there's a lot of stuff on here. So just mind that stuff too. I like most of you on here do like fresh tomatoes, things like that. Is it good for you? Well, hell, at this point, who knows? At this point, pretty much nothing's good for you anymore. So anyhow, nightshade is a family of plants that include tomatoes, eggplants, potatoes, and peppers. Tobacco is also a nightshade plant. So if you're smoking cigarettes or chewing some dip or chew or something, that's also a nightshade. That could mess your stomach up. Obviously, there's a ton of other stuff in those tobaccos that's probably going to get you first. Additives and things like that. So this nightshades contain the alkaloid solanin, S-O-L-A-N-I-N, which is toxic in high concentrations. Potatoes have turned green and are most likely to cause solanin toxicity. Some people say eliminating nightshades helps reduce arthritis pain and autoimmune disorder flare-ups. Interesting. If you have autoimmune, this is something your doctors probably never talked to you about. Probably never once. These usually are not the kind of things that doctors talk about. What foods are you eating that's hurting you? In some blood pressure situations, if you're eating something high in salt, they could talk to you about that. But they don't go too far into exactly what could be causing it. You give a generalized plan, go do this, this, and this. If this don't work, come back and take these pills. If those pills don't work, take these pills, and on and on and on. That's pretty much any illness you have or supposedly have is a case of it. Just be very cautious. A lot of symptoms mimic other things. You may be trying to treat one symptom or one sickness, and you actually have a different sickness. So beware of that also. Hope you guys liked today's video. Are 3 major things that kill your gut health. And that's it. We'll see you all back tomorrow. Thank you.